And hello! Woo! I am so fired up. I cannot wait till this starts. Hello, beautiful Brain Collective. How are you? How are you tonight? I'm so excited for this. This is going to be so awesome. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait. I have been following Chef Ashley and she's got some good stuff. So I'm going to get the music play a little bit. Let the energy get up. Everybody get into the room because you have to be here. Phone a friend. Tag them. Share this. This is a must-see. Get your questions ready. Get your questions ready. Girls, ladies, we got too much to do in life to be held down by cooking dinner. And I'm excited Chef Ashley's going to be here with us. Yes. Turn my volume down there a little bit. Hello, hello, hello. Everybody get into the room. This is standing room only. Should be. We should be standing room only. Unless you're cooking dinner, turn this on while you're cooking dinner and take a listen because it will bless you. Totally bless you. I'm so glad to be here. If you don't know who I am Stephanie J. This is the Sweet Life of Stephanie J. Trying to get you to live your sweetest life. Giving you tools and resources and information from a life coaching perspective and also from a personal perspective as a mom of 4, wife of 30 years, been through challenges, been through frustrations, been through things that have been created terrible, situations in my life, grown from them, and been able to raise 4 children and a husband and keep my marriage together in the process of me going through all my stuff. We all have a lot going on in our lives, and I know that for me, one thing that's really great is if I can have quick and easy ways to fix dinner. And so that's when I met Chef Ashley. So I'm going to give us a little bit more time to get into the room. And I'm going to bring her on in a couple of minutes. I told her about 10 after, but I might have to bring her on a little bit quicker because I don't want to sit here and talk because she has too much good information to give. And I don't want you guys to waste your time listening to me talk. So I think I let everybody know to come here and Andrew, keep your questions ready because she will have answers. I will give her bio in just a second and then I'll bring her in. And how you doing this evening? What is going on? What is happening? I want to know what's happening with you guys. How was your day? How was your Tuesday? How's your week going so far? Tomorrow is Hump Hustle Day. Yes. I feel like Tuesday was the longest day ever. It's raining here. What's the weather like where you are? I know my son lives in Chicago and it is ugly, 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 ugly. You have vegetarian questions? Perfect. Yeah, so my son recently decided to go vegetarian, the one that lives here with us. So, turn my camera on here real quick. So I want some vegetarian options. Snow and rain. Is it freezing rain? So I'm going to turn that off. There we go. Is it freezing rain where you are? Because I know in Chicago where my son is, it's freezing rain. So not pretty for him. We just have rain and the temperature dropped today. So we don't have any snow. I have weird hairs hanging out. Driving me a little crazy. They're it's going to drive me crazy. I got to try not to look. Oh, is it freezing? Yes, yucky. Yeah, that's how Chicago is like that. Except they haven't had icy rain and snow. So it's just rain here. Thank goodness. Because, there's no snow days I work at a hospital and there's no snow days. You got to show up. Even if there's nobody else there, you got to show up. Even if no patients are there, you got to show up. Yes. So I told Chef Ashley about 10 after, so I might bring her and see if she wants to come in. I don't know if she's watching. There she is. Hey, Chef Ashley. I think we're going to go ahead and bring you in because I anticipated I was going to give a little more time for people to pop in. But definitely I want you to get started because you have some really good stuff to share. Hey girl, hey. So I don't know how, let's see. I can invite you in. Did I hit this? Go ahead and ask to join Chef Ashley and I'll go ahead and bring you on. I got my camera recording here and we're recording here. I want to press one of these. Usually, yeah, go ahead and request to come in, and we're going to go ahead and bring Chef Ashley into the room. And for those of you, if you come on later, you'll be able to catch the replay of this. There we go. There we go. Yes. You'll be able to catch the replay. We're going to go ahead and get started because there's so much information to give that I don't want to miss a second of. Hey, Chef Ashley. Hey, Andrian, if you can you go into our group and tell everyone that we're live? Because I know a lot of people wanted to get on and see Chef Ashley. I was just telling someone to go into our group to let them know we were live. Hey, okay. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. How's things in it? You were cooking. It looks like you're really working in there. So it's like, okay, Chef Ashley's coming home and cooking too.
Yeah, I took some stuff out. So I'm going to talk about that. And then I will actually show you guys my spice cabinet, and then I have my pressure cooker behind me, and then just a few items on my stove. So,
well, let me tell them a little bit about you first, because I discovered Chef Ashley. Someone tagged me in one of her videos or something, because they knew I liked like meal prep, and I was like really into that. And then I started following her, and I started getting so many meal ideas. I'm like, you know what? I got my little meal prep ideas going on, but this woman's got it down pat. So I'm gonna bring someone who has it down pat on.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about her. So first of all, she's Chef Ashley Shep. She's an Atlanta-based personal chef, and she's a mealtime strategist, which that's one thing I really love to hear more about. She prepares and offers family meal kits in the Atlanta area, meal plans. Sorry about my dog. I kicked him out.
It's okay.
Vegan meal plans, and she's here to show us how to simplify mealtime. So you can go to her website, you can go to her Instagram, or you can go to Facebook group, and it's all Chef Ashley Shep. Where you can find lots of videos. Some of the things that you can find there that one thing I didn't like that you put was that hidden sugars. I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
I mean, I'm not here to bash sugar because I love ice cream. But when it's hidden, that's a problem. Like, I need to know.
It was good. Well, that's some of the things. I was just like, no. Also, she has another video about 12 must-have spices to keep in your kitchen. So those are just some of the information. She's always giving recipe ideas. She's always giving information about food. And I'm going to shut my mouth. Chef Ashley, take over. But I do want to ask her a few questions to set the mood so you guys can get a little bit of history about her.
Okay, and I was adding some people on as well. If you are joining us, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you, Stephanie, for inviting me to your wonderful audience. They've been awesome and very receptive. Like Stephanie said, my name is Chef Ashley Shep. I'm an Atlanta-based personal chef and mealtime strategist. And basically what that means is I help busy moms get dinner done faster without having to order takeout. And that's not to say I don't like takeout. I love Chick-fil-A. Like, that's on the list. But one thing I was finding is that a lot of people end up going through the drive-through 3, 4, 5 nights a week, things like that, because they feel like they don't have time to make dinner. They feel like dinner has to be this long, drawn-out process. And I'm just here to tell people that's not it, and to let them know that there's ways to get around that.
That's awesome. So how did you even get started? How did cooking become part of your life?
You want the short story or the long version?
Let's do the short story, because I want to get talking about the food stuff.
Okay. I mean, the long one's not that long.
Okay.
But it all started with the Easy Bake Oven. I'm just kidding. But basically, when I first got married in 2015, I was teaching, I was tutoring, and I had a separate business. And so I was not getting home until 6 or 7 o'clock at night. And then that would be, I'd still have to go to the grocery store. I didn't know what we would have for dinner, things like that. Give me a 1 in the comments if that's you, if you're getting home at 6 or 7 at night and you're like, what are we going to eat? So, and so I would still cook, but I would be cooking, and it would end up being until like 8 or 9 o'clock when we would eat dinner. And my husband's diabetic. And so for him, I really wanted to make sure that he had something that's nutritious, that's not super high in sugar. And he was working really long hours too. And so I wanted to make sure he had the energy to be able to continue. So I learned how to meal prep and meal plan then. And then I would post pictures and people would be like, oh girl, what is that? Can I have some? Can you make me some? And so that's kind of where things came from there.
Oh, wow. I see a couple ones coming through here. Chef Ashley said, comment 1 if that is you, where you're going through the drive-through, you're coming home late, you're having to still fix dinner, to comment one. So we'll keep looking for ones in there and we'll keep going. But I know that has definitely been me over the years. I've learned some things, thank goodness, but that has definitely, with busy kids, been me. So how long have you been offering the meal kits? Because I really think that is really cool that you do something similar to like a, was that Home Chef or something like similar to that? How long have you been doing it?
I've been doing it for about a year, and it's right now just for the Atlanta-based people. People are asking me to expand to other markets. I want to kind of get it fine-tuned here. And basically what it is, it's everything is fully chopped, seasoned, diced, and it's ready to be cooked. So that means that you're not spending an hour reading a long recipe. The directions are 5 steps or less. And so that's going to make it so that you're able to literally preheat the oven is one of the steps, or turn on your crock pot is one of the steps.
Oh, wow.
And I started that because I found that a lot of moms, they want to cook, but they don't have time to chop onions, or they don't have time to worry about mixing sauces and things like that. So it's basically to save a step for them.
That is so true. And that is probably the biggest thing that gets people doing like frozen meals and stuff like that. It's quick and easy.
Yeah.
That's probably the easiest.
Yeah. And one of the benefits of the meals is that they are not cooked ahead of time. So it's going to lock in a lot of the nutrients. And if you ever needed to freeze it, you could. It comes sealed in a way that you would be able to freeze it. So.
Oh, wow. That is so awesome. Well, you got to let us know when you expand outside of Atlanta. But if anyone's in the Atlanta area, I actually tagged a couple of my cousins who work and are busy. And I'm like, you guys got to come in and watch this because this is for you.
Okay.
You're in the area.
Okay. And I do see some comments. I want to go through and say hey to some people who joined.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Tanya. Thanks for tuning in. Simply Natural Belle. Sassy, classy Spartan. I like that. Thanks for tuning in. Flippin' Yaya. Simply, oh, wait, we already got you. Calzone Official.
Posh Club.
Yeah, Posh Girls Club. You told me about her. Chef Nina G. She's a fellow chef down in Jacksonville.
Hey, Chef Nina G.
Amazing. She specializes in vegan meals. So if you are in the Jacksonville area, you should definitely check her out. Beautiful Brain Collective. Nice. Okay, let's see. I think we might have gotten everybody.
We get everybody.
Oh, wait, no. Alicia, thanks for tuning in. And then Turning Point Fit. Okay.
Yeah, we got everybody. Well, let's get started. So real quick, before we start about cooking, do you have any other interest outside of cooking before we head to the kitchen with you?
I do. I actually have another business with my sister that I don't advertise as much just because I want to make sure I can have balance for both of them. And it's called Palmetto Peaches. We're born in Charleston, and then our business was started in Georgia, and we do event decorations, stationery, wedding invitations, things like that. So
you can handle the decor, the invitation, and the food.
Yes.
You're a one-woman show. Well, let's get started. I'm going to let you take over now, and this is all you from here on. So
okay. You don't have any more questions? You're just gonna throw me in?
Well, I do, but I might throw some in. So I want the goods from you.
Okay, perfect. And if you all watching have any questions about getting dinner done faster, about meal prep, meal planning, and I don't just mean individual containers, because a lot of times people see those little black or white containers and they think, oh, I'm not a bodybuilder, or I have to spend hours in the kitchen. I'm talking about family style meal prep. So if you have any questions, just put them in the comments and then I will answer them as well.
I'll keep an eye on the comments for questions for you.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to try to squeeze into this little corner where the comments are not, so that way y'all can see my face. Okay, so like I said earlier, I'm a mealtime strategist, and what that means is that I help people figure out where it is in their lives that they could find more time to either delegate tasks to other people. And that doesn't mean somebody outside of your home. It could be your kids. It could be your husband. It could be your significant other, whoever's there. Because I find that a lot of the women that I work with, they feel like they have to do it all. They're working 40, 60 hours a week. They have kids. Their kids have all of these things that they need to go to, which I know you have 4 kids, so I'm sure this is right up your alley. And most of them have a husband or they have a significant other who doesn't necessarily have the desire to help in the kitchen, but they have the desire to make their lives less stressful. And I find a lot of times as women, we don't take the time to accept that help. And then we're looking around like, I mean, I'm tired, I'm worn out. But then they're like, well, you didn't let me help you type situation. So if that's you, type a 2 in the comments, because let me type one for myself, because it's me.
I know. I should type it
me
too, because that would be me.
That's me. And I don't know if it's something, especially as African American women, we do that to ourselves. We've been the backbone of the family for decades, and sometimes out of necessity. And so it just becomes something where we're like, oh, I'll do it because nobody else is gonna do it. So I got to.
I know there's more 2s out there because I'm a 2 too. I did it for years.
Okay, Jackie said my life. LOL. Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Posh Girls Club says her kids eat everything seriously. She needs ideas for quick meals that can fill them up.
Okay. And so I'm gonna ask a follow-up question to you, Posh Girls Club. Are your kids eating a lunch and a breakfast that has protein in it? So not cereal, because most cereals do not have a good amount of protein. If they're most cereals that are geared towards kids, they're usually higher in sugar, so they're going to be crashing by lunchtime. And the school lunches, I'm a teacher full-time, or teacher by trade. The school lunches a lot of times are not, what the kids actually end up eating is not nutritionally balanced. So that's something, if you could follow up with that, then that'll help me to know how to help you. Let's see, Beautiful Brain Collective, what are dense vegetarian options that can be used in recipes instead of meat? Okay. That's a good question. If you are thinking about going vegan, or if you just want to have more of a plant-based diet, I also have something where I partnered with a vegan company called Vegan What. They're an amazing vegan company, and they have what's called a Dope Vegan Meal Planner. And so each month they get different recipe creators to add recipes into the collection. And so I was the creator for January. But long story short, if you wanted to join that, I'll put in the comments. But instead of thinking about the meat not being there, you have to kind of reframe your mind to think about, do I really even need the meat? Or is it that I'm just used to having it? Do I really notice a difference for it not to be there? So one thing that would help with that is doing meals that have like onions, bell peppers, squash is very good. It has a lot of water, and it will make you feel fuller. And so like I use a lot of zucchini, yellow squash, butternut squash is a really good option too. It's very versatile. They're usually on sale if they're in season. Like right now, they're about 98 cents a pound. And so with that, you could do a sheet pan meal. So you basically chop up all your veggies. And this is for anybody, even if you're not trying to do vegetarian, you could just add some chicken sausage. You could do chicken breast. You could do shrimp. And you just spread everything out on a sheet pan. And I actually have one because that was one of the things I was going to talk about. It's a nice segue into one of the options. If you do a sheet pan meal, so you're literally just taking like a cookie sheet. And one tip is to line this with foil or parchment paper, so that way you don't have to clean it up afterward. Well, you have to clean it, but it'll be a lot less messier afterwards. And then if, like, let's say you are vegan or you're vegetarian, and then your spouse or whoever or your kids are not, what you're going to do is section off your pan. And so maybe you put your meats on the outside on this end, and then you put veggies that they're okay with touching here, and then you put your starch on this side. And so what that's going to do is everything's going to cook together. You don't have to worry about dirtying up a bunch of dishes. You do have to think about the cooking times, and I can make suggestions with that. So things that are hardier, like potatoes, are going to take longer to cook. Squash will take longer to cook than like bell peppers because they're thinner, or like broccoli. So you would do your squashes with your potatoes if you're doing something like that. That goes in the oven for about 20-25 minutes. And then you're going to add in depending upon what the meat is. If it's shrimp, you're going to add it in 15 minutes. If it's salmon, 15 minutes. If it's chicken, you can add that in right with the squash and the squash and the potatoes. So hopefully that helps to answer that. And I'll have some suggestions as well that I can let you know. Obviously with that, you can season it however you want to. You could do an Asian style. You could do a sauce on it. You could do Cajun. You're limitless with that because you're literally just thinking about the basics and then thinking, okay, what does my family like to eat? Do they enjoy a lot of Italian dishes? So you could do a nice Italian seasoning blend. I think I have, so like this is one, I don't know if y'all can see that. This is one that I use. It's from Kroger. You don't have to use this kind, but it's just an option. And then, let's see. Or like a blackened seasoning. Any kind of seasoning that you like on other food, you can add that to vegetables. Like I have one that's called Kickin' Chicken. I don't put it on chicken. I put it on vegetables because it tastes good. So don't feel like you have to be tied into putting stuff in that just goes with that item.
That's a great suggestion.
Thank you.
That's really great. So Tori from the Posh Girls Club, so she has boys. They do eat everything. She said they do eat grits and they eat breakfast, grits and sausage. Let me try if I go back to there.
Okay. Yeah.
For lunch, they might have like a ham sandwich or grilled cheese. So she wanted some suggestions for things that could fill them up.
So if they're just eating a sandwich, then they're definitely going to be hungry.
Grilled cheese or ham sandwich.
Yeah, I would put some carrots are a good option. They're a little sweet, so they would like that. And you want to pair it with like a protein, so you could do carrots, and they might not like hummus. You can try it out with them, or like celery and peanut butter, or like a granola bar. You could do homemade ones if you don't want to have as much sugar in them, but you do want to have some kind of protein in there because that's not necessarily going to really fill them up. And then if you're the bread that you're using, you might want to consider doing like a tortilla that's high in protein, or using like whole wheat bread so that they'll have that protein in there too. So
good suggestions.
Okay. Scrolling through more comments. All right, Jackie said butternut squash is the best. Yes, I love butternut squash. Mm-hmm. And it's something I just started eating not too long ago because I just didn't know about it, and it's super versatile. All right, let's see. Simply Natural Belle. She said her hubby cooks. Very nice. But with her being sick and at home, she has quite a few food allergies. Oh, okay. Sorry to hear about that. What kind of allergies are you kind of working through? And let's see. Okay, and then she also said she wants to change things up.
So this is a great idea. This is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
To, get some new suggestions. Simply Natural Belle, can you put in some of your allergies? So maybe Chef Ashley Shep can give you some ideas on some food options for you.
Mm-hmm. And while she's doing that, that also brings up another point. One of the things that I find that my clients struggle with is eating the same thing over and over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. And so if that's you, well,
that's us.
If that's you, think about why that is. Are you doing it because you don't have to think about it? Are you doing it because your family actually likes it? Which if they do, keep it. But a lot of times we make the same thing because it's comfortable, it's easy, but we don't really enjoy it. And that makes it so that we feel like we have to go have other options during the weeknight. So one thing I would suggest is what's called meal cycling. And so you could basically divide up your week. And so what that means is, like on Mondays, I prep for clients, so I don't cook for us, like in my house. And so I don't plan, and really for me, whatever my clients eat, I make for myself that week too. So that's not really a good example.
Nice.
But let's say your kids have soccer practice on Tuesdays, and that's just not a good night for you to prep, which is totally fine. So go ahead and just mark that off, like I'm not cooking that night. So that's a night where you either are going to eat out, which is fine, or you need to make sure you have leftovers from the day before. For me, on Fridays is kitchen closed. I'm not cooking on Fridays. Don't ask me. We're going out to eat them. I'm not
either.
So, and which is fine because I do like to eat out as well. So then once you think about that really is only 3 nights during the week where you're having to come up with a meal. And so thinking about it in that way, it reduces the stress because you could have leftovers if your family's okay with leftovers. Or you could pick just 3 things. So maybe you have something that's a family favorite. You keep that family favorite every week, every other week, because your family likes it. And then maybe you try one thing from Pinterest. If you are a frequent Pinterester, and a pinner is what it's called, not a Pinterester. If you're a frequent pinner and you know good and well, you have 17 Pinterest boards with 85 recipes each, and you have not made any of those recipes, that is a huge wealth of knowledge right there to try out. Like, and I'm guilty of it too.
Yeah.
But I guess I kind of have an excuse because I pin them for my clients. I say, okay, if you're keto, here are some keto suggestions. If you are doing paleo, or if you're doing vegan or whatever, these are some suggestions. So choose one recipe from Pinterest a week that you want to try out, because there's a lot of options on there, and you can decide, okay, well, this is a nice way to kind of ease in to try different things. Or this is going to expose my family to a couple different types of meals that we haven't had before. And when you're doing that, you want to pick recipes that have familiar taste to your family, especially if you have kids. So for example, kids usually like spaghetti because it's ketchup based, not ketchup based, it's tomato based, which is the reason why they like ketchup. And so pick one that has like an Italian flavoring, but maybe it has some new ingredients you haven't tried before, like sun-dried tomatoes, or maybe it has like basil, different things that might kind of turn it up a notch, but are not going to be too far away from what you normally eat. So if that made sense or that's a good idea, let me know in the comments. If I'm talking and you don't know what I'm talking about, let me know that too, so I can clarify anything.
So I just want to run through the.
Oh wait, you're sounding out on yours, Stephanie.
So one thing that make one thing from Pinterest each week, and try to we're both going in and out, and try to find something.
Your sound's going in and out.
That similar to something the flavors that your family.
Stephanie, your sound's going in and out. I'm not sure. Likes. Your sound's going in and out. I'm not sure if other people can.
That you can stay consistent. You know, if you have kids, they're going to like it. Simply Spawn back. She's got a couple comments. Let's see. The first one.
Okay.
One is sugar, alternative honey, agave, and even sweet fruits like bananas. And raw tomatoes.
Let me see how to scroll back down. Let me scroll up to that. Sorry, Stephanie, your sound's going in and out. I'm gonna look back to hers. Main thing is sugar, other alternatives.
Can you guys hear me? I know you were now. I'm going, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it on track. It's gonna be.
Yeah, I can hear you now, but then your picture's not matching up with.
Can you hear both of us? I just want to make sure everybody can hear us.
Let us know in the comments. Give us a 1 if you can hear both of us.
Let me scroll up and see. Sound is going in and out. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm not sure. It says that there's still 7 people on, but okay. Posh Girls Club says she can hear us.
You're going out now. You're going in and out with Instagram here.
Okay. Just when things are getting good, Instagram wants to try to bring us.
I know. You know what? I
think
any Instagram challenges in the name of Jesus. We're gonna cast that.
I did not receive that.
All right, I think we're back on track.
Okay. All right. So she said that I'm trying to find the comment now. So you're mainly allergic to types of sugar, is what she was saying, basically, for Simply Natural Belle.
Mm-hmm. And there were some vegetables. Hold on, I'll try to scroll back through.
Okay, I see.
Raw tomatoes,
peppers, pimento, red pepper. Okay, so basically peppers, and then sugar. So if you're allergic to those kinds of sugar, you definitely want to watch out for those in things you are cooking. So there's things like barbecue sauce that does not have sugar in it, or it has not necessarily sugar alternatives that you mentioned, but I mean onions would be an option. If you kind of, whatever your allergy is, you want to think about what you still can eat. You don't want to think about, this is the 15 things I can't have. For example, like I have a nephew, and when he was growing up, he was allergic to gluten, soy, and like 3 other things. And so he just knew, like, okay, I need to be able, I can eat meat, I can eat veggies, and I can eat fruit. And he stuck to that, and that's just how he is now. He's coming out of those allergies, but don't let it be something that is debilitating, because it can be very easy to focus on the stuff you can't have. So if you find recipes that have things that you don't eat or you can't eat, take them out. For the most part, the recipe will still be intact, unless it's like a seasoning, obviously. Like you mentioned, paprika. Smoked paprika is one of my favorite seasonings. And so for that, there's not really something that you can replace with that. But you might be able to do like a chili powder. It's going to be a little spicier, or like a chipotle chili powder. And it's going to give it a different taste, but don't necessarily focus on the things you can't have. Focus on the stuff you can have. So hopefully that helps you. Let's see.
Yeah, that was really good.
Thank you. Okay, so Posh Girls Club said she was asking more about dinner options. I think I'm just not into cooking, but I have to feed them. You do have to feed your kids. That is required. And
that's kind of a requirement for parenting.
Okay, so she said she's not into cooking. So if you are somebody who's like, I don't like to cook, I don't want to do it, Put a one in the comments because I know you're out there. And there's no shame in that. Cooking might not be your forte. It might not be something you like. No problem. That's why I'm here to help. I hear your Posh Girls Club. And let me tell you a secret. There's some nights I don't feel like cooking either, so don't feel bad. But that's usually because I'm tired. So, a couple of suggestions for you if you are somebody who does not like cooking, is to decide which one, pick your hard is kind of what people say. So is your hard going to be that you are going to pay for more expensive options eating out that are healthier? Because unfortunately, when you're eating out, healthier things are more expensive. Or are you going to make an effort to take the time to be able to do those things for your family? And that's one of the things that I focus on is childhood obesity and diabetes. When I was growing up, I was not obese, but I was a little heavier than I am now. And like I said, my husband has diabetes. And for our kids, when we have kids, I don't want to pass those things on to them. He was also heavier when he was growing up too. And so it's either going to be, am I going to make the choice to watch an extra hour? Well, I shouldn't say TV, but watch an extra hour of TV. I'm going to make the choice to spend an extra hour on social media because that's my thing right now. Or while I'm doing that, while I'm scrolling, can I put something in the oven? Or can I chop some veggies? Or if my kids are old enough, can I put them to work? Because that's a whole nother tangent. But a lot of times we enable our kids, and I say this from a teaching standpoint, we enable our kids to be babied and to not know how to take care of themselves in terms of simple things, like even making their breakfast in the morning. If they're like 7 or 8, they could pour cereal, things like that. Or maybe they're in charge of figuring out what you already have in the pantry. A lot of times we go to the grocery store or we order groceries and you bought the same thing 5 times. That's because you didn't check in the pantry. And I'm guilty of that too. And I know you made a planning sheet a few weeks ago. So maybe give that to your kid. If your kid can write, they can write on that planning sheet. And they can say, okay, we have these beans, we have pasta, we have peas, whatever. And then that kind of helps you to know, what do I already have that's going to save money? And then what kind of recipes can I make from that? I can then use those 3 or 4 things that we have in the pantry, which is more than 3 or 4 things. And then I can search for recipes that fit that. And then I'm not having to go to the store possibly, which is going to give you more energy and time. I'm not having to go look myself because my kids can do it. And then I'm building up my kids' confidence. I'm building up their ability to help out in the kitchen without me giving them a knife or something like that.
Does that help Posh Girls? Does that help? Because I know she has 2 boys, and I know one of them can cook for sure. I respond in here soon, but definitely it sounds like a great idea for the other one to be able to contribute to the family and seeing nope, they both cook. Oh, they both cook. Both are athletes. Okay, I'm the one who needs the gym. So the boys can cook.
Then we need to come to your house and let
problem solved.
Okay. But so I guess she's saying for her stuff she can make because maybe she's eating something different than them. So one tip that I tell people is make 2 meals at the same time. And I know that sounds like a lot, but if you make Thanksgiving dinner or you don't want to be in the kitchen every day of the week, make 2 meals at a time. So maybe you have something going in your pressure cooker at the same time as your crock pot. Maybe you have something on the stove as the oven, the same time as the oven. I like to pick ones where I'm not having to stand over it. So I prefer to do maybe the pressure cooker, the Instant Pot, and the oven. And then I go do something else because when it comes to it, if you pick things that don't require you to stir and do all these extra steps, then you're going to have more energy at the end of the day. You're actually going to want to eat your meal because you are not having to worry about, I stood here for 20, 30, 40 minutes trying to make this one meal. So that's one tip for that. Okay, so let's see. Needle Rebellion said she does 2-3 meals at a time. Yes, awesome. And so when you're picking those recipes, when you're thinking about what you're making, you want to pick recipes that don't have 17 steps because that's going to bog you down. Once again, you're going to be more likely to make a mistake, and you're also going to be more likely to be tired by the time you're done making that recipe. So let's scroll. Yes.
You might be mad too.
Writing is a Make Ahead Meals ebook. And so what that means is it's a process of chopping everything. So basically the way that I prepare meals for people in the kitchen, but showing them how to do it themselves. So that way they can have a couple different options that are waiting for them in their fridge or waiting for them in the freezer. So that way when it's time to cook, they can either put it in the pressure cooker. And I don't know if you know, but the pressure cooker, you can cook stuff from frozen. So if your stuff is already seasoned,
I learned that from you. I learned that from you. I did not know that until I saw, listened to the podcast you did.
Yeah. So like you can put do a whole
frozen chicken breast in there and cook them. I'm excited.
yeah. And I mean, of course, if you're seasoning ahead of time, then
yeah, guys, we're working now. We can't do much about it. I mean, Instagram on their thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that. Sorry. But you can definitely check out the replay. And will you post this on your IG story, IGTV as well? So
I've never had a pressure cooker. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah, it's going out for me too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll have the link to YouTube.
Okay,
so I'll have the full video on YouTube with the link on IG. Since we're going, so at least we can get between words, get good information for you guys. You don't have a cooker. Oh my gosh, you got a pressure cooker.
You need it. You need a pressure cooker.
An Instant Pot, the best.
Yeah. So in it, you can do everything your slow cooker does. You can pressure cook. So if you remember, I can't reach mine, but at your grandma's house or your mom's house, that little black knob on the pot, and you didn't want to go touch the pot because you thought it was going to explode. It's basically an electronic version of that. And it cooks your food in half the time. Well, give or take half or even a fourth of the time, depending upon what it is. And so when you do the make-ahead meals like I was talking about, you can literally open the container it's in, dump it in, add a little bit of liquid if you are making something that's dry. And same kind of concept that you would with your crock pot, but you don't have to plan it 3 or 4 or 5 hours ahead of time. So, all right. So we got some pressure cooker lovers in the group. John, okay, use it mostly for okay. Yeah, so you can.
And Needle Rebellion can't live without hers.
I love mine. Okay, I will warn you, there's a lot of buttons on it, and it took me 2 months to get it out of the box, but it's worth it, and I use it every time I cook.
And you're the reason I even bought one, because when I started following you and watching you in it, that's when I bought one, because I'm like, okay, she's doing all this stuff in it, and I had to go. And so I love it. I love that you can sauce it. I made green beans tonight because I needed green beans quick.
You can even make a cheesecake in there. I haven't done that yet because I'm not a big cheesecake person, but you can do all the things in the pressure cooker.
Okay, well, I want to see you do that.
Maybe I'll have to try it out. Oh, I didn't hear your last time.
I want to see that one. I'm afraid to try that.
Girl. Well, see, and even now,
Miss Posh Girls Club never used it.
2 different appliances. Just do the pressure cooker. All right, let's see. Simply Natural Belle, what do you think about the air fryer? We have one and we've been trying out different things. Oh, Stephanie actually just did an air fryer recipe.
My air fryer. Actually, tonight I made tilapia crusted cod, tortilla crusted cod in my air fryer. So it was quick and easy. Didn't have to use much oil. And ours every day, like literally every day. My kids love it.
Okay.
We make grilled cheese sandwiches.
I don't have an air fryer. Whatever you had on there, the chicken. Yes. I don't have an air fryer only because I feel like because I'm around food all the time, I need to pick my kryptonites, and my kryptonites are French fries and ice cream, and so I don't want to fry anything else. You can put chicken. You can even do like hot wings in there. Everybody I know that has one loves it. I just don't have one because I don't want to kind of I'm not already super into a bunch of fried foods except for French fries. I love French fries. But I don't want to tune my palate into wanting more fried things because I think when I go out to eat, that will probably make me want them there too. But everybody I know that has it loves it.
Yeah, I love mine, but it's very convenient. But we don't, yeah, usually it's like tater tots for some reason. We're like addicted to tater tots in this house.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I
Zena
made
said,
baked potato. Oh, it's hard.
oh, she said she's using panko breaded fish, trying not to fry all the time, but it's hard. Yeah, it is a bit of a transition, and especially if you're in the African American community, everything is, or in the South, because I'm in Atlanta, everything is deep fried, smothered, covered, all that stuff. And so it is a thing, and I think when I was younger, I kind of just decided I needed to decide what was really the most delicious thing that I was going to let myself have, and it's been like 10 things, but I've been able to kind of wean back and say, okay, I will let myself have however many scoops of ice cream with peanut butter and Reese's on it. Which
Oh my God,
favorite. It's so good. Like Roosters, I don't know if you'll have it up there, but and then like French fries, and those are gonna be my two things. And all the other stuff, I'm like, it's good, but it's not as worth it to me.
That's a great concept. That's a really great concept to kind of keep yourself narrowed on not choosing every junk food you want, but narrow it down to like the non-negotiable junk food treats.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you have to kind of tell yourself you can only have like a few. I kind of go off the deep end with that too. But that's another conversation for another day.
Yes. If only the air fryer could pop popcorn. Somebody needs to invent that. Yeah.
I know. You can actually do popcorn in your Instant Pot. My brother did it the other day. So another vote for the Instant Pot.
I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't either until he told me that.
I'm going to have to try that one too.
I'm going to scroll back through and see if there's any questions we missed whenever we were having the sound difficulty. I hope this has been helpful for you all so far. Once again, if you have questions, let me know. If you know somebody who needs help with dinner, share this with them, but in a non-shady way so that they don't feel bad about themselves.
Yeah, I messaged a few people that I knew that have had consistently, I've heard them talk about like, oh my gosh, I'm having some, and I talk about meal prep a lot, but they talked about it so much. I'm like, please come in and hear this conversation. Do you have any other suggestions to either quicken meals, or I know the pan is a great idea. I don't know if everybody heard that, the sheet pan meals, which is an amazing idea. You want to go over that one more time real quick for people who might have come in later? Plus our sound recipe.
Yeah, this is just a cookie sheet, super old school. Or this one is old, not old school. This is just a cookie sheet. You will put foil or parchment paper on here, and then you're going to divide it into sections. So you're going to chop up your potatoes, your peppers, your onions, and if you're doing meat, your meat. If you have people that eat different diets, put meat on one side, put some veggies in the middle, and then put either like tofu or tempeh or just additional veggies, potatoes on the other side. And then you were season it with whatever kind of stuff you love. If you like Asian food, you could do like a soy sauce glaze with ginger. If you like Italian, you could do an Italian seasoning. And there's really no rules with this. I just sprinkle until I'm satisfied. That's the name of the seasoning guide. Season until you're satisfied. And so because really it's about what you like, and it's about the level of flavor that you like. So I'm sorry, tangent. When you look at these recipes on Pinterest, I'm going to tell you that you probably need to double the seasonings. Whatever they tell you, if it's a teaspoon, don't do a teaspoon. Unless it's salt, then okay, be kind of calm with that. Or if it's like a spice. But everything else, you need to probably double it, because that's just my tip. But with that, the sheet pan meal, that can go directly into the oven. That gives you freedom to go do other things. You could do 2 sheet pans at a time.
You have 2 meals.
Beautiful friend laughing at my things. You could do 2 sheet pans at a time. You could do like an Asian one. You could do a Mexican one. Like fajitas are really good on that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and you would have something for lunch and dinner.
Posh Girls Club, that's a great idea for your boys. Ashley, Chef Ashley was saying maybe do like a, fajita on one tray, and then the other one do like something seasoned, another like an Asian, and then you have 2 meals for them. Yeah, and the bland Pinterest recipes, yes. She said bland Pinterest recipes.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than being like, oh, this looks so good, and then you're like,
yeah,
no, this is not it. So
I've had that.
Definitely double the seasonings, because it's a must. Okay, so another thing that will help is making sure you have the right tools for what you're going to make. And so I have some of my favorite tongs, and these are just by OXO. I love all of their stuff. And all the products that I'm mentioning, I also have it in my Amazon, not my Amazon store, but like an Amazon place where you can go and just add stuff to your cart.
Is that on your website, or is that available on?
Yeah, so if you go to my Instagram, Chef Ashley Shep, then can you put that in the comments as like my handle?
Yep.
If you go to my site, it'll just say Amazon items. And so, like with this, I prefer, if I'm cooking meat, I prefer to use tongs, even if I'm not grilling, because it's going to give me more control of flipping things. I'm going to be able to pick up a smaller amount versus like using a spatula or a spoon. And so I prefer to use that. So definitely have the right tools for the job. And then I have what's called a Santoku knife. And this is a Japanese knife. This one, I think, this was from like Home Goods or something. It doesn't have to be super expensive. It was less than $10, I think. But the reason why I like this one is because when I'm cooking with it or when I'm chopping with it, I can chop everything. Like this will cut through meat. This will cut through potatoes.
Okay, you're gonna have to share that with me. Santoku knife.
Yeah, it's a Japanese style knife.
Okay.
I can put that in the comments too.
Yeah, that would be great. I need one of those. All my knives are dull, and every time we go to take them out, my kids are like, "We can't cut anything." So I think it's time for some replacement.
Okay, so I put that in the comments. Yes, I love this one, and really, honestly, you only need a few different kind of knives, depending upon what you're cooking. I like. Let me see if I have my other one over here.
That's her pressure cooker in the back, you guys. That's her Instant Pot right behind her there.
And then you can also see my utensils, my cooking utensils, are right there next to the stove.
That's where mine are.
And I just have them in a mason jar. And so it's just easy for me to get them out.
I had mine in drawers for years, and I finally was like, why do I have these in drawers? And I finally put them by the stove. After all these years of having a kitchen, I finally put them by the stove like this year.
Yeah, we had them in the drawer too, and then I had a segment with a professional organizer to help organize the kitchen.
Oh, wow.
And that was one of the things. I was like, oh, yes. So I just redid the kitchen after that.
Wait a minute. So Needle Rebellion says you can take your knives to Williams-Sonoma and they will sharpen them. That's good information.
Oh,
and Grace by Beauty Official says she loves her pressure cooker.
Okay.
And Century Natural Belle said knives are not her friends. So.
Can you tell us why they're not your friends? It could be because of how they're being used, or maybe it's the wrong knife for the wrong job, or maybe you feel overwhelmed. Let us know.
No.
Let's see.
I'm definitely going out tomorrow and getting my Santoku knife tomorrow.
Yes, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that the correct way, but that's what it looks like phonetically. It could have a Japanese pronunciation, but I don't know. So, and then, all right, Zena Blue says her organizing is her thing. So you can come over and organize my kitchen. It doesn't always look like this.
You can organize my bedroom.
Okay, right. Okay, so Simply Natural said that she always gets cut. Okay.
Oh.
So when you are using the knife, you want to make sure that you're holding it the right way. So when I'm chopping with something, I'm actually going to have my hand a little further up on the blade, which looks scary and dangerous, but it's going to give me more control. If I'm holding it like this,
that's how I hold
it's going to, I know I look crazy. I'm being safe, I promise. If I'm holding it on the end, then I'm not going to have as much control. Or even holding it here, I need to kind of like choke the blade a little bit. So hopefully that helps. And then also using right knife for the job. Or if you're just like, I don't want to deal with knives, you need to get a pair of kitchen shears. And I have this in my Amazon store too. I can get mine and show you. And these are just basically scissors, but they will cut through meat. Oh. And so it's nice if you have some tongs on one side and you can just kind of snip through. So, and I like these because they come apart. So when you need to put them in the dishwasher.
Oh, nice.
Then they're good to go.
Beautiful Brain Collective asks, have you ever used jackfruit?
I have not. I have seen a lot of jackfruit recipes. My hesitancy when I was using it, or when I was thinking about using it, when I was developing vegan meals is the ones that are in the can have a lot of sodium and they have a lot of like extra liquid, which I was not a fan of. And then when I went to look at the store, they're seasonal and they're not seasonal to where I am. Excuse me. So when they were available there, it was like $1 or $2 a pound, and they're huge, like they're massive.
Oh wow.
And so I was like, I'm just gonna pass on that. But I have heard great things about jackfruit. The texture is just like pulled pork. And you can season it very well to the point of where you might not even notice that it is jackfruit instead of pulled pork. It's a great option if you want to do like a shredded meat, if you're trying to transition into being vegan or just eating more vegetables.
Okay, I've never tried it. So anyone out there tried it? Oh, apparently I'm blurry, so I don't know what's going on with my screen.
Yeah, you're frozen. I don't know what's going on either. It's like
this happens every time I do like joint. Somebody gets frozen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I have the Wi-Fi off, so I don't know. I'm still here.
Okay, we can hear you. Here.
Well, we have about 9 more minutes. So I'll just go through. If anyone has any more questions, throw them in there. Chef Ashley, what's next for you?
So next for me, I'm going to release the ebook like we talked about, and those are going to include make-ahead meals for families that are on the go. And so what that means is that it will come with directions of how to prep those meals, how to seal them up so they can be frozen, and then how to reheat them so that you do not have to worry about being in the kitchen all day. And then I'm also continuing to work on the Atlanta meal kits. And so those are for people that are in the Atlanta area. For now, at some point we will expand. And so those come with 4 servings of a veggie, a starch, and a protein. And we are delivering on Monday nights. The food is purchased fresh that day, so that way you're not having to worry about it sitting somewhere, or sitting on your porch, or anything like that. And excuse me, the directions that come with it are 5 steps or less, so that way you can get dinner done faster. And it has a full list of ingredients if you have allergies, things of that sort. So those are the 2 things that I'm focusing on. But I'd love to hear if there's anything else that you all would like to see from me, or even for an additional feature. With Stephanie, we had talked about coming back on later. If there's something else y'all wanted to talk about that you were interested in, I'd definitely be willing to come back for that.
Yes, absolutely. We would love to have you back. I mean, we just touched the surface today. I feel like there's so much more that we need to go deeper into. Posh Girls Club said, awesome. Thank you, Simply Natural Bell, for saying you can hear me. I don't know why I'm frozen, but I'm still here. And let's see, I'm see if there's any other things. Yep, I'm blurry, I know, but I'm here. Posh Girls Club does not like touching the meat, so
I don't
why she use those, because she does not like touching the meat, which I know a lot of people who are like that, who don't like touching meat. Posh Girls Clubs asked, do you create videos with the meals?
That's actually something that came up this week. I think that's something I'm going to start doing. I do it every now and then just for like my Instagram and Facebook, but I think that for customers, it probably would be beneficial to have like a little video of what it looks like when I'm making it. So that's God coming in saying, okay, you heard this confirmation, go do it. So yes, I'll be working on that.
And tell us about the link. I have a link in the bio for you for the next 24 hours. You want to tell them what they can find there?
Okay, yeah. So the link that you're going to be able to find on my page and Stephanie's page is for meal plans. And these are meals that I've actually prepped for customers in the Atlanta area. They're meals that are ready in 5 steps or less. And they're going to make it so that you can cook with Chef Ashley Shep. So these are the meals that I make for my family and for the families that are in the Atlanta area. And then also, if you this is something that you think you want to explore a little deeper, I actually have an online program for women that is called the Simplified Mealtime Program, and we go deeper into the different things we talked about tonight. It's a small group of women. I only accept 10 at a time, so that way I can really help you on a personal level and focus on what it is that's holding you back, and to help you to be able to know what exactly it is that's kind of like blocking you. What do you need? Things like that. And so there's a link in my bio for that. But the one on Stephanie's page, those are meal plans, and they come with 4 to 6 recipes for the week because I don't want to overwhelm people. And it comes with the grocery shopping list and the recipes with that.
Oh, that's really good. So that's going to be on your website, correct?
So the meal plans are going to be the link that you're posting.
And the simplified meal plan program?
That's on my page, and the meal plans are on my page too.
Okay.
So all of them. Yeah, it's in both spots.
Okay.
And then Zena said vegetarian and for seafood. So there are some seafood options inside of those meal plans. And I am working on a vegan ebook as well. And so someone else said vegetarian recipes too. So that could be something to add to the list as well. But as you're looking for different recipes, consider how you just take the meat out and don't feel like you have to just search vegetarian recipes. But if you two would like, I can message you my Pinterest board of just vegetarian recipes, and there's a ton of ideas on there too. So let me screenshot.
Oh, and you did too. Okay. So Beautiful Brain Collective and Zena Blue. It sounds like. If anybody else, you can message Chef Ashley. If you want to know more about the vegetarian meal ideas and seafood, message Chef Ashley, and she can provide you with that Pinterest board of her ideas to give you some more information about that.
Yeah, so, and if you tuned in and enjoyed this, please go follow my page. That way you'll be aware of these things when they happen. They'll pop up, and we'll kind of keep you in the loop.
And definitely follow her on Facebook. She's got a Facebook page under the same name, Chef Ashley Shep. You can find her at chefashleyshep.com, where you'll find more information about her dope vegan. So don't forget that if you are looking for vegan meals, she is part of that.
The meal planner.
That meal plan. Yeah, the dope vegan meal planner. Anything else before you head out? And I know there's going to be lots of questions after you leave, so
yeah, and I'll be sure to go if you post stuff on Stephanie's post or her comments, I'll be sure to go through and comment on there too. I got to some of them. If you are active more on Facebook, or if you like being on Facebook, I also have a Facebook group for women. It's a free Facebook group, and we share recipes. We have a good time in there.
Oh, wow.
And it's called the Food Fam with Chef Ashley Shep.